Hey guys, Sunday morning. By the sound of my voice, it's bright and early. I've tried to make this video several times, so I'm going to try to make this a real condensed version and just cross my fingers it doesn't screw up. The shadow build from Coen from Mike got here. You can probably see that in the background. Real quick, I wanted to share with you guys a couple of things. This is the build for Siren's wingy thingy group build that I'm going to be building. It's actually, I had some shots of it being built, but that is something else that, due to my own boneheadedness, yes, that can happen from time to time. That footage is lost. So it sits in my garage out there right now in primer. And we'll see. I think I'm going to try my first attempt at decanting some white of a different variety and spraying it, because if I have to strip it and set it down and all that, this is a small enough kit to do that too. But I will say it's got, for 144, and I only have two other 144s, that this recessed panel lines and everything else, this takes the cake. It really does. This is a very cool little kit for just a few bucks. Not long ago, I sent a fellow modeler a kit, and I forget how he worded it. He invoked the right to... I'm probably giving it away who it is just by saying that much. Well, nothing was said about not sharing names, but I don't know. I think this person kind of prefers the more secluded side of things, so not in the limelight. In other words, I'm just going to leave it that way. But I sent the gentleman a kit, and I sure think you went above and beyond sending this. I've opened it up, and the details are just way cool. I know that Norm has done some videos on these kits, so I'm sure I'll be watching those for any tips or things to look out for when putting them together. If memory serves correct, though, from what I've heard, they kind of go together like a dream. And for those of you that know, I've even sculpted some little battle suit type stuff like this. This is probably the perfect kit that this person got for me. I don't know. The jetpack and everything, that just kick ass. That is way cool. So, and it probably won't be long until I'm going to have to build that. I'm already jonesing after taking a look at it to get into it. So, sir, I thank you very much. Unexpected and way cool. So, now I'm going to move on to the main event here. And for those of you that haven't been watching, which I'm sure most of you have at least been watching Coen's videos, but in case you haven't been, obviously his tank is here on the right. And yeah, I don't know what to say. It's where the metal plating is just... I covered mine up for whatever reason. I continued with the Zimmerit over those. It seems to me that I was looking at a museum photo that had something like that. And but I worked off of the same picture. Coen did a little bit as well. So they're not complete twinsy bobs. Well, it's obvious. The paint's not even... They're not even close. I can say I didn't much care for the my filters, I don't know if it was just a difference in the type of paint used or what. I used just the tester's crap. Maybe I didn't thin it enough. Hell, I don't know. But that is a piece of art right there. Right down to the figures. Yeah, a couple of things had come off in the shipping process, but nothing major. Just the jack had come off. One of the spare wheels came off. What else? Oh, the machine gun has disappeared into the hull. And I'm just going to leave it in there. Even if I could fish it out, getting it back through that hole would be, would be unaccomplishable by me. But there again, looking at these rear fenders, that when you go to pick it up, you almost expect it to weigh 5 pounds because you think it's a die-cast model. So I no doubt have a very long way to go, but this build right here has probably been the most fun that I've had modeling so far. I think it was a very fun project, and Coen, I am sorry if I damn near ran you into the ground with questions and video questions, and because I know for a fact I'm not the only one questioning you, and it's obvious that we've all made you pull your hair out. Alright, I'll be good. I'm sorry. I'm not far from that myself, so consider my hand slapped. But, yeah. Let me see if I can actually zoom in a little bit on the, or maybe, okay, I'll adjust the camera here, guys. Trying to do this without too much shaking going on. Shit. The hatches. I don't know if this light's doing them any justice or not, because this, from what I saw in Coen's slideshow video, this looks 10 times better in person. So I'm sure that he is a great photographer. I probably have my monitor so off calibration that I'm not even seeing close to what I should be. Maybe that's the problem. But this is outstanding. I have a very long way to go in my modeling, which I don't see that as a bad thing at all, because that's going to kind of all be part of the fun. Yeah. And this emerald right here, I think, is completely nailed compared to the pictures. I don't know how you got it that thin. It almost looks like you had done it and removed it. Or possibly even taken something like a hot soldering iron and just touched it and did that, because you can't even tell that there's any epoxy sculpt on it. And I think if you tried to put the Tamiya putty on that thin, it would have just smoothed itself out. That's what mine kept doing. That's why it came off. There's the... Yeah. These plates. I don't know, that looks like little tiny pieces of very heavy steel. That's just too cool. Too damn cool. So I do have the base is underway. Oh, and no, it doesn't look like it's in the shot. I hope it wasn't before. If you're wondering if that's a container of dirt on my desk, yes it is. Because that's what I used on it. There was the possibility of going to the hobby store and paying $10 for dirt, or going into my backyard. And yeah, the backyard one. Oh, I have started a little project, and that's 172nd. You know what? Where's the box here? Let's see if I can give everybody a good laugh and try to say this. Nubal Farzug. See the way I try to get that little bit of accent there on the old Zug there? But, yeah. You know, for 172nd, it's got a few parts, which is kind of cool. And there's one of the turrets. Little dudes. And there's one of the others. So I'm going to go back to tinkering with that. Hope you had a kick-ass weekend. Mike, thanks again for even taking this project on, dude. It was a blast. So, and I hope I didn't damn near run you ragged. No joke. So, that's that, guys. So I'm going to move on to one last thing. And it's something that I didn't even know existed, so I'm going to bring it up because not long ago I had to do a CT scan for a health issue I'm having, something to do with the heart. And when they did this, they found nodules on my lungs, which I don't know about you, but when you get that message, that phone call, nodules on the lungs, it sucked ass is what it did. Pretty damn scary. They wanted to see me in 2 weeks, and here's a pointer. In a time like that, when you want the information, I just basically called that first Monday morning and told them, I'm going to be calling you about every 3 hours to see if there's been a cancellation. So it's probably going to benefit you to get me in there right away. And they did. And what the lung specialist found out after asking a bunch of questions, and this is at least what he told me. I can't say I'm completely done worrying about it, but I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. There is such a thing as what is it? Bird keeper's lung or bird fancier's lung? Bird fancier's lung. That sounds like something that came over from England, doesn't it? And then somebody over here just said, you know what? I'm keeping that bird. I'm going to call it bird keeper's lung. That's how that came about, I'm sure. Didn't need the fancier part. But anyhow, yeah, I have a bird. And once he found this out, I mean, right away the guy said, you gotta get rid of the bird. And of course I'm thinking, we just sat down talking, how could this guy know? So I made the mistake of saying, are you sure? And he let me know. Which was kind of cool, because I like when a doctor will actually, you feel like they're at least going to try and take charge. So he guarantees me that the breathing test that I did in 3 months will show a huge improvement. It's debatable if it ever actually goes away, but it's not cancerous according to him. So, and you want to talk about a feeling of relief. So I don't know why I had to babble about that, guys. I guess I'm bringing it up because if you feel like shit and you're thinking about going to a doctor, telling them the silliest little thing like, oh, I have a bird, can make a difference in how you're going to feel when you walk out of that doctor's office. Let's put it that way. So, and I can honestly say when I walked into his office and the picture behind him on his computer, he clicked and it popped up, and I could see a set of black lungs with white spots all over it. I don't think I ever had a lower point in my life, I don't think, when I saw that. I truly was bracing myself for beginning to make arrangements so my wife didn't have to. That's how fast that happened. So, then it was skippity-doo-dah when I left the office. Thank goodness. Alright, dudes, I'm going to shut my pie hole now. I hope you had a great weekend once again. And talk to you later, huh? Get some updates done. Be cool, don't be no fool. See ya.